So you're usually not going to find people saying this, but the Chase Freedom is actually one of my most important cards in my credit card arsenal. The Chase Freedom card is often overlooked just because it's a beginner and basic starter card. For anyone getting into the credit card game, you realize it's a very beginner card and many people actually have it. Now, although it often offers a lower credit limit than your usual card just because it is a basic starter card, this is actually one of my favorite cards because of some of the features that it offers within its cashback categories. So there's two versions of the Chase Freedom card. There's the Chase Freedom and the Chase Freedom Unlimited. So the Chase Freedom offers that 5% on rotating categories, and those categories are changing on a quarterly basis. Now, we've covered exactly why on this channel I believe the Chase Freedom is superior to the Chase Freedom Unlimited card. You guys can check out this video right here if you guys have not at the end of this video, but basically in a nutshell, what I covered in that video is two things. Number one, the 1.5% back on everything isn't as good as some of the other offers out there. I do realize the value you can get from ultimate reward points with Chase just because of how easy it is to use, but there are other cards that do offer 2% back instead of the 1.5% back on everything. Some of those cards are like the Blue Business Plus card or the Blue Business Cash card. In addition to that, you have the City Double Cash. So those cards do generally just offer cash back instead of points. So with the cards like the Chase Freedom and the Chase Freedom Unlimited card, although they advertise themselves as a cashback card, if you have those cards, you can transfer it to a travel rewards card like the Chase Sapphire Reserve or the Chase Sapphire Preferred. Now, the second reason why the Chase Freedom is better than the Freedom Unlimited is because you're getting 5% instead of the 1.5%. And if you do not get the 5% back, you get 1%. And that's really only a difference of 0.5% with the Chase Freedom and the Chase Freedom Unlimited. Now, your miles may really vary on this because if you do not use any of the categories in that 5%, then definitely the Freedom Unlimited may make more sense for you. But for me, and I know for a lot of people, the Chase Freedom categories are very easy to use. At the end of the day, although I do recommend the Chase Freedom card, the Chase Freedom and the Chase Freedom Unlimited are two cards that you guys should have in your arsenal. You actually could get multiple of both cards, so at one point you could even have two different Chase Freedom cards. The only main benefit of that is if you're trying to really maximize that category spend for that quarter and you already hit that limit, then if you have 2 or 3 cards of that same Chase Freedom card, then you're able to do that. So how exactly is the Chase Freedom the most important card in my arsenal? Well, there's a couple reasons to that. Generally, 5% is going to be the highest amount of cash back, and that's going to be the first main reason why it's the most important card in my arsenal. For any time I do use this card, I know I'm not going to be able to find a better card that's going to offer me a higher cash back value than that 5%. If you guys aren't going for those spend 3,000, get 50,000 points, or spend $10,000 and get 100,000 points, if you guys are just going for cash back, usually 5% is the maximum amount you're going to get. Now, we're not talking about those hotel cards. We're not talking about those airline cards because those point currencies are worth a different amount. Now, the next reason why this is the most important card in my arsenal is because of transfers. So if you are getting the 5% or the 1.5% back like you would on the Chase Freedom Unlimited card, you do not want to use those cashback rewards that you do receive on those cards. What you guys want to do is transfer those points out to a card like the Chase Sapphire Preferred or the Chase Sapphire Reserve. On the Preferred, you'll get a 25% bonus if you guys use this in the Ultimate Rewards portal. If you guys put this on the Chase Sapphire Reserve, you're going to get a 50% better redemption on the Ultimate Rewards portal. What this means is if you're getting 5% back on your purchase by transferring your points out, you can see that cash back value even double, triple, or quadruple from going to 5%, maybe 10%, even 15% back in total after you guys get the cash back, transfer it over, and then find additional value with the transfer partners. So those are two very applicable situations on why the Chase Freedom is one of the most important cards in my arsenal, but the main third reason is that Chase has a pretty good cashback category calendar for that Chase Freedom card. For the current month of December, you get 5% back on PayPal and Chase Pay. I know on the outside it may not look like a lot, but you guys need to understand that during Q4, a lot of people tend to spend things online, and almost every website, every e-commerce website tends to take PayPal. Now, if I'm buying something from eBay, I'm using PayPal. If I'm buying something from Nordstrom.com or Patagonia or Dell or even Apple.com and they accept PayPal, then I'm getting 5% back on those purchases that I'm normally going to do, and that really does add up a lot. So for anyone wondering, how can Chase really afford to give 5% back to their consumers? What people often overlook is the fact that during this time of year, credit card issuers want to be the card that you use when you're buying something online because of those interchange fees. Interchange fees is really the way credit cards can make a lot of money. So a good example is if American Express Express and Chase are both competing to be a spot in your wallet while you're doing hundreds of thousands of dollars of shopping during this time of year. They want to be the card that you use. A way Chase does that is by incentivizing that 5% PayPal category, and that's really how they strategically market people to use more of their card. Credit card issuers also do understand that people tend to overspend during these times of year, and when people start to spend money that they don't have, they also build interest on top of those marks. So Q4 is a good time for a lot of people to make money. If any of you guys are entrepreneurs, if any of you guys are accountants or maybe even lawyers, usually business for everything picks up during the Q4. I know Amazon had a field day on Cyber Monday, and this goes for everyone too, not just the consumers. The credit card issuers tend to make a lot of their margins during this time of the year as well. Now, with all that in mind, it may make sense why these credit card issuers are going to start to offer these Chase offers, these Amex offers, these 5% rotating PayPal categories just in time for the Q4 season. They really want to be the card that you primarily use during this time of the year. Now, for the first quarter coming up for 2020, they actually did come out with that calendar. So gas station, internet, phone bill, cable, streaming services, those are all going to give you 5%. And that's actually something that's going to help me out a lot. For anyone who doesn't know, I've been living in my parents' house for quite a while now, and I'm actually going to be moving out soon. And I know with that comes a lot of responsibility. Some of those things is like setting up my Verizon, and now I have utilities and bills, and now I have to pay for more streaming services. So there are going to be a lot more things that I have to pay, and I know the Chase Freedom Card is going to be something that helps offset those fees with the 5% back. I know I'm going to transfer those points and get additional value. Although I'm paying these bills, it's really going to be able to help me at the end of the day. Now, regardless of those bills, generally I'm spending a lot of money on filling up my truck with gas. With that, I've actually been using the Shell app, and with the Shell app, I've been using Chase Pay, which has actually been helping me a lot in terms of saving money and getting some extra cashback rewards. This is something the community actually told me. So for the first quarter, I still expect to get myself that 5% at the gas station. And for anyone who does drive a lot, or if you guys live in California, for some crazy reason, California has insane gas. I had no idea you guys had that expensive gas. Around my area in Maryland, it's about $3.60 right now, but I remember when I went a couple months ago to California, it was still about $4 and something. So that's crazy, but I know if you're spending a lot of money on gas and if you use that Chase Freedom Card appropriately, you do get to rack up a lot of points. So the biggest tip and reminder I can leave with you guys is make sure that you always know what that cashback category for your cards is. This is why I love the Chase Freedom Card. The 5% really does add up a lot over time, and a lot of people look at it like it's some beginner starter card, but for me, who's late into the credit card game, who has all of the Chase Inc. business cards, I still look back at the Chase Freedom Card as one of the most valuable cards in my arsenal. Like if you agree. Now, I want to hear your guys' thoughts. Do you guys use the Chase Freedom Card as much as I do? What do you guys think about it? Is it one of your favorite low-key most important cards in your arsenal too? Or is it something that you just don't care about and you don't find the categories useful? Please let me and the community know down below. I think it's going to be pretty interesting to see people's perspective of the Chase Freedom Card. Now, if you guys did find this video useful, like I always say, destroy that like button. Really helps out with the algorithm. Now, if you guys are interested at all in applying for any of the credit cards that I mentioned, like the Chase Freedom Card, or maybe some cards I didn't mention, I do have affiliate links down below that you guys can check out if you guys would like to support the channel. Now, you're under no obligation to use those links. I always recommend you guys to use any referral links from family and friends first if you can. But if you guys are unable to find those referral links, and if you guys do really want to support the channel, this is just a really easy way to do that. And like always, I really want to thank you guys so much for that. So guys, that was my video. I hope you guys were able to find some value out of this, and I hope I see you guys in the next one. Peace.